Hello, everybody. All right, quick, I'm moving Terry to the top. There you go. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here with us today. Hello, Joan, and hello, Terry. Tell
Hi.
us what's been going on, ladies. Tell us what's been going on. Anything good?
Go
Lots
ahead,
of good
Joan.
stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see, today is, it's coming up on the 1 year mark since my husband's passing.
Pass. Uh-huh.
And not this past weekend, but the weekend before, we had a great celebration of kind of releasing his ashes. And rather than a sad thing, it's more of a celebratory thing now.
Sure.
So that's good. And
Yeah.
today I was giving away all his bike. He was a big bicycler and
Oh,
had all kinds of tools, of course, for
uh-huh.
building the tires and all this stuff. And I
Uh-huh.
found a nonprofit that took all of that stuff, and they teach young people how to work on bikes, and then they have a shop that sells what they work on. So I'm sure my husband would just love it that all of that is going to use to kind of train the
Yeah.
next generation of bike worker honors.
Oh, sure.
I'm
That's
sure there's a word for
wonderful.
bicycle mechanics or whatever.
That's
So yeah, so that was fun.
That's awesome.
That
That's
is
awesome.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I'm just getting ready for today, and then tomorrow I'll be on with Terry Lee and Jean, and then I'm
Uh-huh.
with you again on Sunday, and
On
then
Sunday.
with
Yeah.
Joan on Monday. Joan and Terry Lee.
Just
Not
busy
Terry Lee.
beavers. Busy
Busy
beavers.
times.
Yeah. And I saw you both on Kelly's channel the other day and I loved it. It was great. You read for Marina, I believe, didn't you? You read Marina's aunt, I think it was.
I think
Marina
so, yeah.
from Heart Centered Tarot. And it was so good. It was really good. Yeah. It's really great. So
Yeah,
yeah, everybody get better.
it was interesting because it was a full show of just mediumship, just
Yes.
dads and loved ones.
Uh-huh.
So it was
Yeah,
that was interesting.
Yeah,
I know.
that was
That
pretty
is
fun. And
it
I
is
haven't seen Kelly for a while, so that was really fun.
I know that was wonderful that you guys were on with her. I love that. All right, so go ahead and put your questions in if you would. Hello to Viviani, MJ420, Wiki, Jamie Johnson, Richie, Nancy Vasquez, Spirit Watcher Suzanne, Lisa Foster, a light worker. Who else snuck in here? Let's see. Kim, hi Kim. Wildflower, I got your question. Hi, Kelly. We're just talking about you and the ladies being on your show. Yeah, yeah. Were your ears burning? Um, MCBOO, hello. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Hilda, I think I got everybody so far. It's great seeing you all. Thank you for being here today. Yeah. So, what do we got? All right, MC, I got your question. And Kim and Nancy. Okay. Um, how is summer coming along where you are, Joan? Is it warmer there than?
It's warm, it's really dry. And yesterday,
Okay,
the last couple of days, it's been really smoky. We're getting all that Canadian smoke from wildfires.
right, right.
It's starting to clear out, so that's good. And I got out on my paddleboard yesterday. I had to,
Oh,
go to a
nice.
little lake, and that's the first time in my area that I did it.
Uh-huh.
And I was out there, and I kept thinking, I should have cleaned my glasses because it's so hard to see. And I realized it wasn't my glasses; it was all the smoke.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
That bad, huh?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
it was fun to get out. So I'm trying to
Sure.
make time for that. There's so much other stuff going on, but boy, oh boy, as they say in Game of Thrones, winter is coming. You have to make the
Winter
most
is
of every day.
Right.
well. This is one of the first summers that we haven't had the smoke coming up from the Oregon fires, fortunately, and or coming down from BC. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
been pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is the smoke from wildflowers orange? Well, that is confusing, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see if the ladies can figure it out. Have you guys got your science hat on? Maybe you have to put a science hat on here. Hi, Snow
Yeah.
Wolf. Yeah.
Lady
Um,
Soul is here.
oh, Lady Soul, how are you, honey? Nice to see you. Yvette,
Oh,
welcome.
and Melinda.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Do not growl. Thank you. I'm going to tell you who I got here. I'm sorry to hear about your eye, Cal. I'm sorry, but the antibiotics that should help. Her little dog, you know how quick they are. Got her right in the eye the other day. All right, let's see. Spiritual Seeker, Marby. Okay, Lady Soul. You know what? I'm going to put yours on first only because you're working, I'm sure. So I'll go ahead and do that. But let me tell everybody else who I've got already. I got Wildflower, MC00, Kim, Nancy Vasquez, Lisa Foster, Viviani, Spirit Watcher Suzanne, Yvette Braggs, and Viola Blue. And I think that's probably going to do it for today. False Teeth here. Oh, Melinda's here. Jessica Lynn's here. Wow. So, ladies, I'm going to let you work with Lady Soul and see if you can give her a message today.
Hi, Lady Soul. Good to hear from you.
Yeah.
I'm getting a message from your grandmother, and she's saying stay flexible. She started drawing a heart, but usually, and it's with two different lines, and you'd think it would start from the top and go like that, but no, it went this way and came up, and then it started making curlicues, and so it was kind of coming up, so they sort of looked like a spring. So she's sending love, and maybe it's a springboard off of her love, but there's something about there might be something coming up where the loving thing to do would be to be flexible and not just like that's the way it's going to be. I'm making the decision and that's done forever. To just consider that love is sometimes letting go of the outcome that you would prefer and being a little bit flexible because it allows something else to grow. And that was your grandmother saying that. And anyhow, that's what I got. And I hope it is helpful.
Yeah.
Wow. I have a spirit guides talking instead, but I'm shocked. It's virtually the same message. They showed me a feather, and they're like, you are like holding up this giant feather, so it's almost like a flag. It's your banner, kind of going into the spiritual winds. And what they're talking about is the fact that this feather is flexible. It doesn't break in the wind. It shifts, it moves, it turns a little bit. And so what they're saying, they're really just saying the very same thing. Be flexible for what's coming. There's nothing bad coming. Don't be fearful. There's it's just new growth and things like that. But they're just really championing your cause and really imploring you to be flexible. But this feather is also like a flag. So, fly your flag of who you are. Go up and stand up for who you are, but just be flexible.
Right. Well, I have it's in your nature. Look at how beautiful this is. Look at all that. I'm also thinking that you should get out a little bit when on the weekends when you get a chance to put your feet on the ground. But have patience, because patience is what's and I think you are, because you're busy, and so you're being as patient as you can in building the new things that are coming. But you're always in the light, Lady Soul, always. You are the Lady Soul is the sun, and so you are always part of that light, and you have a beautiful, beautiful spirit. So enjoy it, sweetie. Yeah. All right. Let's move on. We'll go into Wildflower Wind. Thank you, Lady Soul. I hear water running or something.
Oh, that might be the fan. Just a second.
Okay. That's fine. All right. It's okay. It doesn't bother me. I just thought it was maybe somebody forgot to turn the water off. That's all.
I thought it was far enough away. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Wildflower away.
Huh. Well, that's very interesting. So, Cabbage Flower wins. I saw like a lot of boxes on the stage, and I'm like, "Well, what's going on with all of this?" And they're like, your spirit guides and angels are saying your requests, your prayers have been heard, and we are working on it. And they're stacking boxes. They're okay. So for whatever you have asked for recently, they're working on it for you. That's all I got.
Okay. And what I got was bearded iris, purple iris with the green, lovely kind of almost sagey green leaves on them. The beautiful, beautiful bearded iris that come in the spring, and they're saying, like the spring flowers that just kind of they're gorgeous, and you wait for so long for them, but then they're gone so quickly. Take time to, this is a busy season. There's a new season coming. This might be a very busy time for you, but take time to appreciate the now, even in the midst of what might feel like chaos, because you can't get it back. And each season, each day seems to pass so quickly. So they're just kind of emphasizing that the beauty of each season, and that there is a new season coming for you. But the best way to prepare for the new changes coming is to appreciate the now. I hope that makes sense.
So I got first. I got a claw. It might be. I'm thinking, when you're clawing for something, and I'm thinking that if you go for something, if you're looking for something, it's going to turn out really well. You're going to find the crystal. You're going to find the perfect thing that you're looking for, the beauty of that thing within maybe something that you wouldn't expect. Because I'm getting the egg, and the egg, of course, is the beginning of the life or whatever of a beautiful animal, and that a watchdog is watching over you. And look, they have their heart right here on them. And so I'm thinking that you're being watched over, definitely, and that could be by your husband on the other side, but also that this opportunity is coming. So keep looking for the crystal, because it's deeply embedded with wherever you're going. It may not be a physical crystal, but it's a gift. It's a shiny item. It's something that you've been wanting. And so, yeah. Thank you, dear. All right.
Oh, and Lady Saul said it all resonated for her.
I know.
So that's great.
Yeah. So the questions have closed, everybody. I know I said the first 15 minutes, but within the first about 12 minutes, I got more questions than I know what to do with, but we'll see what we can get done. MCB00 wonders, what does my crush feel for me? Okay.
I was feeling butterflies in my stomach and a warm heart. And so I think there are feelings that are, and then I had to check with the pendulum. It's like, is this the crush or is this MCB00? And it was, no, this is your crush who's feeling that way. So it's this person there are feelings for you, but it's a little like, ooh, a little scary. a little not quite sure what to do with it, about how to move forward. How about you, Terry?
Well, I consulted the pendulum because I was unsure of what I was seeing, and it says that yeah, they do return your feelings, but for some reason on my stage they're showing me an Assyrian king, like those if you went to the British Museum, you'd see big carvings of the Assyrian kings, the curly beards, the curly hair, and I'm just seeing this Assyrian king on my stage. Now, let me just see if he has anything to say. The only feelings I keep getting from that is that you should stand firm in your own. You connect to the earth, be firm like that statue, regardless if somebody likes you or not. Yeah, so I'm getting a yes, but I'm also getting a don't give yourself away kind of information, and an Assyrian king. So I don't know. Okay, there we go.
There you go. Well, I know that the angels are around you, protecting you, and it says here you're not alone. That's the thing that stuck out to me. So I'm guessing this person does have feelings for you. And then I got what Joan did, which was there's some reservation going on. Of course, when you have a piggy bank, you're saving for something. So you have a reservation for spending the money. But in this case, it's a reservation for being the one that says anything, because you're afraid of the person is afraid of what you might say. And they're being very resistant for that reason. They have their shield up because they don't want to be hurt. So I'm thinking it might behoove you to be the first one that says something, even though that may be hard. But I'm getting, I get a feeling that there's something going on, and it looks like it's kind of interesting, kind of fun.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Oh, you're of Lebanese descent. Wow.
I don't know.
That's fabulous. Wow. Close enough, huh? Wow-wee. Very cool. All right. Kim C would like a message from her guides, please. Wow. I love it when that happens. You're welcome.
They want to talk to you more. They want you to establish, maybe you already have, but they want to have more of a connection. And the way they sent it to me was, there was some saying, I can't remember. It's like we're here. We're something that rhymes with here. Get used to it. And maybe somebody else can fill in that second one. We're here. We're clear, dear, I don't remember what it is. Get used to it. And so, and they're saying it in kind of a lighthearted way, but they're like, yeah, we're here. We want to work with you. Just kind of, okay, tell me what you really mean. Tell me what you really, really mean. Okay. They are kind of playful. And they maybe you already are in touch with them and are having fun with them, but they would like to be in closer contact with you. And that doesn't mean you don't have to hear them or whatever, or see them or anything like that. Just know that they're there and do a little chat with them during the day. Ask them for, help me find this or that. As I was saying, I was giving away all this bike stuff today. So I was down in the basement. I never looked at his bike stuff. And so I was just asking guides, okay, if there's more stuff that I can give away, guide me to it. Show me where it is. Oh, there's this stuff. Here's a box over here. And just like everyday stuff like that. They would like to be more present in your life, in your, just everyday decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So Kim C, what they showed me right away was they took me out into the woods by a river. And it's just such a lush, summery, springy, summery scene. It's just so pretty. It smells so good. And I see you kind of just lounging on the banks on the rock. It has like a big, broad rock. And the rock is almost like a waterfall in that the water flows over it very thinly. So you can like lay there and kind of bask in it. So I'm trying to ask them, like, what does this all mean? So this area or this scene that they're showing me may mean something to you, but I'm also just what it's saying to me kind of is they want to flow with you more. They want the flow of the water. They want you to be in the flow. But there's this element of play with it. There's element of they want you to relax, be happy, be just enjoy the summer, enjoy what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
So I get face forward, you will find a way. And there's the water that you were talking about. You said, we are here, do not fear. Is that what you first said, Joan? Something like that? Something with
I
the
just looked it up and it was a rhyming thing, but I'm going to read it for, yeah.
It says, own it because you need to be aware of how you express your fear. So the minute you said that, I'm like, wow. So maybe it's not necessarily, when I think of fear, I think it's not white knuckled fear. It's not like going down the hill on the roller coaster. It might be just working with it at that point. Heavy heart. Okay. Heavy heart of late. A new idea is going to be coming that will bring your dreams to life. So be on the lookout for it because it is making itself manifest for you. I don't know when, because, time isn't always on our side with letting us know when, but hang in there, Kim. Hang in there. I think it's all going to work out for you. Yeah. Wow. Oh, boy. So I put my dog outside the door so she wouldn't make any noise, and she's out there growling at me because I did. I don't like it that you put me out here. All right. Nancy Vasquez, why are my hands always hot? Do I have healing energy? I think so. Wow. Oh, wow.
I'm hearing yes. And the first thing I heard was take note of when it happens, unless it's just continual. And then they also said, when you notice it, take note. Is there something, did you just hear about someone who was ill, or were you thinking about something situation that needed healing? Just put your hands up and send the healing wherever. And even if it's just into the universe too, so that this healing energy is used for the highest good of all in whatever form, and then say, thank you very much, and you can turn this off now. So just ask them to say, okay, if there's healing energy here, it can go where it's needed most, and then I can get, and I can kind of turn it off for a while.
Okay.
So as I tapped into your energy, as I was kind of trying to find out what's going on with your hands, I was doing this, like rubbing my hands together. So, and that kind of produces heat a little bit. But then on the stage, you then showed me your hands, and my whole vision turned red, really deep red. And then I saw this rose. It became a rose, this deep, deep red rose. And as I'm looking at it, I'm like, well, so what is this? What does that mean? What does it mean? And they reminded me. So I'm sorry, this is going to be a tiny bit long. They reminded me of something that Archangel Michael had, through somebody else's channeling of him, asked the people who received the message to do for 7 days. And I call it the glowing.
Hmm.
What he wanted people to do was to take a few moments in their day or morning to sit down and to imagine divine light of both white and gold coming into your body, filling up your body. And then what they he wanted you to do was to send it out to people.
Hmm.
You could, so I call it glowing. That's not what they call it, but I could glow it at my daughter. I could glow it at my daughter on the other side. I could glow, I could glow it to friends I knew that were sick. And so I did that for 7 days. And the reason they told me that though is because you have a different kind of energy. I don't know what the white and gold necessarily represents, but your energy is this rose red,
Wow.
and you can glow. So when this happens, I suggest you let it fill up your body and glow it out. So very much what Joan said,
Hmm.
but it's energy that you're sending out. I think you're going to have to maybe talk to them a little bit to find out what kind of energy you're sending out, or
Yeah.
Google that. Google that.
Or maybe they're preparing her. If she went and took some Reiki classes, she'd already be halfway there.
Maybe.
I'm thinking that, if you're feeling that it's very possible you have the gift. I'm sorry. I just want to tell people that it's this show is streamed from my channel at Heart and Soul Connected, and both Terry and Joan have a simulcast on their channel. If you write on any of the channel pages, we get to see it on my channel where we are. So that's fine. But the questions are closed right now. We have enough for today. So thank you. And if you're wanting this on Thursdays, make sure you get here around 2:30. That's when the questions come in, and we usually get enough for the day. So Nancy, what I get is pray, and I find that interesting because your hands are hot, and look at this. It's like put your hands together and pray, or maybe you want to put your hands out and send out the energy, or maybe send out the energy after a prayer. You're being asked to let go, and let it go with whatever way you want, and also to go within, because within you is the shining light. So I still feel you have the gift, and it wouldn't, you should check into doing Reiki 1 if you can with somebody. And there are people that even do it on Zoom classes. I've had it done that way before. And it's a wonderful way also for some of us, at least for me, to grow with our gifts, because it's talking a lot about energy and how to move that throughout our bodies. So good luck to you, dear. And I love what you said, girls. That was great. All right, Lisa Foster. She'd love a message from her mom, Lucy, who passed February 21st, 1990 in Louisville. Tomorrow would have been her birthday. She was born in 1924. Oh, honey.
Wow.
Yeah, that's nice. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to go because I really got a strong message here from her. She says, "You are such a caretaker. And we know how you are a caretaker of all these abandoned animals." And I think she's so very proud of you for being that way. She said, you have amazing light, and they just find their way to you, and you take care of them so well. She's so proud of you. She said, "I know," she said, "it's just a simple message from me, but I just have to let you know that there's nothing more beautiful than someone who loves animals and takes good care of them." The other thing is, she said, "You have the violet flame with you. Saint Germain is with you, one of your ascended masters, and lights you up and shows you the way." Wow, just a very powerful message.
If you have
Go
something,
ahead.
Joan. Oh, I, you know, I am. It's. I feel like I just woke up somebody that's been away for a long time. I feel like I've just woke her up or something. And what she's doing is she's just flooding my vision with um, kind of a robin's egg blue color, like the card that you held up, Allie, where that it has the kind of blue on the top, pink on the bottom. That blue that was on the top is just my vision, that very same blue.
Mhm.
And one of the things I heard was that she feels like you got your love of animals from her, that she kind of saw that in you and nurtured that. She's so happy that you have such deep and basic kindness. Deep, yeah, deep and basic kindness. You know, that kindness is it's just like gold. It's like gold. It's not something that's easy to have, and it's not something that's easy to give, but it seems like you are able to do that well. And she also acknowledges some of your righteous anger when that you see animals mistreated or when you encounter people who have mistreated them. And she's kind of still like, you go, girl, kind of like,
Yeah.
That's beautiful. And I was having a little bit of trouble bringing her in. Right away, I got this feeling where, yes, she's been gone a while, but she's been in a very high vibe place. And I did hear her eventually say, "Yeah, I've learned a thing or two up here." But because that's kind of like when my dad died too. It's they're not quite as close because they're still on, they're on their path, they're doing their thing. And it took a little bit to bring her in. But it was the kind of energy that really felt like it made me want to sit up and pay attention. And it lit up my third eye chakra, and it's just like a white light coming straight down from the highest of heavens. And then she did say that I picked a card and got the duck, who said, "Find comfort and balance in simple ways. You have support all around you." And from the Archangel deck, I got the satellite symbol. So
Mm,
again, as a satellite, she's
she
still
is.
orbiting around you, and it said, "Turn on your light." So I hope that those are helpful. But
That's interesting, Joan. The word simplicity came up in your reading then too, because that
yeah,
one of the cards was simplicity. So it's a simple thing that people can do to take care of animals that they find or see, but it's most people won't. Most people won't do it. They
it's
won't.
profound.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
much love
Thank
to
you,
you,
Lisa.
Lisa.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, Viviani, spirit team, rah rah rah. Let's go, sis boomba.
Remember when we were kids, or at least when I was a kid, we had such simple toys. I think they were called punching balls. It was like a sort of like a thick balloon on an elastic string, and you go boom, 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 boom. And so I saw you with a punching ball, and it wasn't like you had to be punching something, but it's the idea of resilience and motion. Just keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. There's, just keep things moving, and it'll be fun. That it seems like, this is, very repetitive or whatever, but there's in forward motion there. That's you have to keep moving forward. You have to keep punching it for it to come back, so you can keep having fun and keep playing with it. So I guess it is the idea of resilience. Don't let things that don't go as planned get you down, and just keep punching.
Excellent.
And it'll be fun.
Well, that's interesting. So they immediately kind of filled my screen with green, all green, and then I realized that we're we're tiny, and all around me are clovers, 4-leaf clovers, mostly 3-leaf clovers, just lots of clovers, and I'm like, oh, and then I see you like the intrepid explorer going through, you're, but you're doing it with the heart of a child, like like you're a child discovering something, and they're showing you that they're just showing me your delight at knowing spirit and being around spirit, but they're also calling my attention to these 4-leaf clovers, in that I heard them say that you are lucky. And I kind of felt, at first I'm kind of like, well, yeah, I don't want to be like a fortune teller. That's not, that's not why I'm here. And they're like, oh, don't worry about that. They're like, she is a little lucky. But they said the luck is actually inside you. You don't have to chase luck. You don't have to chase the 4-leaf clover or possess it or cut it. It's already in you. Just live in you.
Wow. So yes, I get the same thing about not the punch ball, but look, have courage. You're moving forward, and you're surrounded by light. It's the tiger. I'm not the tiger. I'm sorry. It's the lion. Aren't you a Leo as well, Viviani? I think maybe not, but that's what I get for that. But divine timing is on your side. And what I love about this timer is that it's water and not sand. So that means to me it's faster than how sand would sift through it. Water just would go right through it. And you're using your intuition, and they're really happy that you're doing that. And they want you to keep doing that, because that's what's bringing you out of this funk that you have been in. And they're giving you lots of messages. So trust your own messages. Yeah, trust your own messages. Yep. All right. There you go. Sorry to read that you were in an accident, Melinda Salinas. I'm sorry we can't read on it right now, but I do want to send you love and lots of healing energy for feeling better. It's not fun to be in an accident. So. Okay, here's Spirit Watcher Suzanne. Can she please have a message from her guides? And again, thank you for your donation, Suzanne. All right.
I'm getting a message of encouragement. And it's kind of I'm getting all these childlike images today. I don't know if it's in the Wizard of Oz or if it's just like sometimes kids when they're putting on plays and they dress up as things. I'm seeing a child with a costume on to make them look like their head's the middle of the flower, and then there's all the petals coming out, and it's like a red flower. And so what did I say? That you are flowering, you're blossoming, you are coming into your own. And the child part of it is to enjoy it and not question it and just raise your vibe and kind of play with it, whatever this is, what this blossoming is, whether it is it's obviously growth in some way, whether it's growth in a relationship or in your work or in your spiritual connection, to just savor it and bring it in, because I'm getting, this is the same thing that I was saying earlier about the bearded iris, because there's only so much time. So just really savor this period of growth and blossoming. And it's sort of a pat on the back and also sort of a reminder to just enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw you moving down your path, going to the right, which for me means the future. And a huge Rottweiler was in your path. A huge Rottweiler. They almost said like beast. A beast is in your path. It's not, barking or anything. I mean, it might be growling a little bit, but it's like there's this huge challenge in front of you. And then I'm like, okay, so what should she do? What does she do about this challenge? And again, like somebody I read before with this rose red color, it was in your hands again. And rather than being afraid of the dog that's in the path, the challenge, whatever the challenge is, you put your hand on its forehead and just somehow beamed this red color into it, and it turned around and went by your side instead. So there's a challenge coming up, but you're well up to it. And it's really more about flowing and love.
Wow. All right. So I'm seeing the same sort of thing. I'm seeing that you need to return to spirit. In other words, you want to ask for protection around you, ask for guidance in your dreams, also to bring in your spirit guides and your ancestors and the angels, because it's looking like they want that the celestial beings can help you. And look at the colors. They're so gorgeous. To me, they represent your heart center. And, so they're saying we're all here to support whatever it is you're doing. And then they said, write.
Ooh.
So they want you to write about it. Whether you share it with anybody is your business. But if you have a journal or if you have a dream log or whatever, they want you to write it down. They think that this will be helpful for you. So, yeah, I love that. I don't get that card very often either, Suzanne. So,
Wow.
anyway, yeah. Okay, very good. Hello, Jill. It's nice to see you too. All right, so we have Yvette Braggs. Hello, everyone. Will I get a job offer soon? Woo woo. All right. Viola Blue, if you're still here, let me know. And I need your mother's first name, please. Your grandmother's first name. I'm sorry. Your grandmother. Okay.
I'm getting yes, and it's going to be next month, maybe by the 15th.
All right.
I consulted my pendulum and it said yes. And I said soon, and then I said this month, and it said yes. But I get a strong feeling that maybe there might be multiple job offers because it's not,
Okay.
it feels like more than one sort of. So
Mm-hmm.
let me just tap in real quick to ask them a question about that.
Okay. I get what Joan had. I have July.
Wow.
So, but it's already the 15th of June. So
Right. They're just kind of giving me the idea that you should be picky and choosy a little,
mhm.
not to just grab the first one just because it's the first one. I mean, if you absolutely have to because you haven't had a job for a while, go ahead and do that. But just be aware that you might get to pick and choose a little.
All right. Very good. Well, good luck, Yvette. We'd love to hear that you have more than one, or that you find one you like, or yeah, good luck on your job search and getting your job. That's wonderful.
And I think I'm just going to add, afterwards, I was seeing the image of a man. He was an African American man who had, maybe shoulder length hair that was longer and dyed so that it was like lightish brown, not like real light, not as light as your hair, but it wasn't just dark black. Uh, and he didn't wear glasses. I was seeing him with and without a beard. So anyhow, if you recognize someone like that, that might be the one. He's representing the job that you will
Oh,
at
okay.
least get an offer from.
Offer from. All right. Thank you. All right. So Viola would like to hear from her grandma who passed in 96. Her name was Catherine with a C. So you know. You're welcome, Yvette.
If she were here, she'd be baking cookies for you, especially heart-shaped ginger cookies with white swirl icing along the edges. Um, she said, I just love that girl. And she wants to support you. Like if she was there, she'd be baking things for you. That was her way of like saying, "You're special." That was her love language, I think. And that's that it kind of she wants to be there for you, and just in her own way, she's doing that. She's trying to find ways to make your life sweeter. Um, because she considers you her little sweetie and is just sending lots of love your way. But I'm just seeing those heart-shaped ginger cookies with the swirly icing along on the edges.
Yeah. Awesome.
Well, she's just lovely. And she's not showing me any cookies, but she's kind of like, oh my girl, I'm right here with you. And she shows me herself not like there's not like a person body. It's like she's a wisp of smoke kind of. And
Oh,
she
wow.
said, I'm right beside you. I'm right here. And she's like curling around you even. She said, I'm always with you. And she said, um, okay. So she's saying that there are times you say, oh, I just wish my grandmother could see this now, or be with me now, or could celebrate this with me now. She says, I am. I'm there the second you say, I wish my grandmother. She's already there. She's there with you. She's such a sweetie. She's got this very loving spirit. Just amazing.
Wow. That's great. Okay, so we have Snow Wolf. Any messages for Snow Wolf today?
They're showing you clover. If you believe what all the fertilizer and grass seed things, clover is a weed, but it's also where that's where you find the 4-leaf clovers, and it's lucky, and that's where the sweet clover, which you make the little chains that you can make necklaces and chains of clover from, that you can put on your head or whatever, and they smell so sweet. So that's a way of saying that some things in life that you might not want to go through can be like the clover. You can consider it a weed and it needs to be eradicated, or you can consider it an opportunity to find the good in it, or to find the growth in it. And clover's not so bad. If clover's the worst thing that's happening in your life, you're doing okay. That's an okay, pretty easy lesson.
Right.
And it's so that's kind of what they're saying. It's about clover.
Well, they were showing me geodes, like a big geode, and then little ones all over, and they're like, you got to crack a few eggs to find the things inside. And they're talking about the geodes, not real eggs, because that's like a thunder egg, sometimes they're called, and you crack them in half, and then there's these gorgeous crystals inside. And they're saying, you got to crack that open. It's hard to crack it open sometimes, and so just appreciate that, and don't veer off from the hard things, because they yield the beautiful things.
So I just pulled one card, break away, grow and expand with life. I don't know. Do you need a vacation? Looks like a beautiful spot. Looks like somewhere in Greece. I don't know. Just my thought. That's where I'd like to be right now, in the beautiful Mediterranean.
That sounds lovely.
Wouldn't it be nice? Yeah.
That would be beautiful.
Okay, so Anna, if Anna's still here, but it's kind of an interesting question. What do you ladies think about how long it will take to repair the I-95 bridge in Philly? They said that one that was really bad in Atlanta, I believe, took only 6 weeks. So I don't know if it will be longer than that, but I know that must be a difficulty. What did you hear?
I heard months, not years. And this is coming from, I live in the Twin Cities, where we had the 35W bridge go down, and that took years to repair. So mine is saying months, not years.
Months, not years. Okay.
I'm getting the same thing, that they're going to put a move on this. And they're showing me a bridge went down around here too. And
that's right.
It was going to, I-5 is a huge connector here, and it was really going to put a real kink in commerce. Yes. And they actually used these expandable bridges.
Oh.
Put up. It was like this. It's like a little Lego set. They just expanded it and put it up, and then it allowed them to build it really fast. And, they're showing me that this is going to be pretty fast. All of the nation's eyes are on them, and they're going to use whatever's at their ability to do this.
To get this done. I tell you, we got the best person in there for the job. If Pete Buttigieg, he wants to get it done. I really have a lot of admiration for him. So, yeah. Yep. All right, just so everybody knows, we're almost at the top of the hour, but we've got 3 more questions to answer. We have Sue Toffee, Alex, and Sonia Pinola, just so you know. So Sue wonders if we can tell her star or soul connection. And I have some ET cards, so I'm
Ooh.
yeah.
I'm getting Pleiadian.
Okay.
I think I'm getting Palladian too, because I'm getting a lot of bluey, whitey, purpley light.
I'm not getting a listing, but that sounds right. There's a lot more Palladians that came down to help us through this ascension than and a lot of them are youngish, if you know what I mean. I know you're not. In other words, you're not probably my age, in your late 60s. So I think the Palladians are extremely helpful people, and that wouldn't surprise me that you didn't have that star origin, Sue. Yeah, fabulous.
There was someone from this community who last fall when I was down in Mexico and I was seeing alien ships every morning. Someone who I didn't know contacted me and said, "You need a galactic protector." And I thought, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." And so I kind of tuned in, and someone was kind of came and I said, "So what do I call you?" And he said, "You can call me Samuel." So I asked Samuel, and he was the one who said,
"Oh, okay." There you go.
I wish I remember who that was, but thank you very much.
There you go. Thank you, Samuel. All right. Alex is asking, what are UL's feelings or emotions for me?
Okay.
And Sonia, are you still here? Just tell us if you are. I want to make sure you are. That's true, Holly. Yeah. Oh, good, Sonia. Okay. Yeah, you'll be next.
Whatever this person's emotions are for you, he or she has a hard time putting them into words. What I'm feeling more than the emotion is the hesitation to talk about it. So there's an attraction there, but there is a lot of hesitation. So it's not about the feeling so much. There's just this almost just a lot of hesitation about how to speak about it or what to do about them.
Okay.
And for some reason, they're showing me that these feelings are like a great big loaf of bread. It's a homemade loaf of bread. It's not sliced. A little crusty. But, bread is something that you kind of think of like the basics, kind of the basics of life, the basics of Christian, something kind of bedrock. So, guys, could you please tell me a little bit more about what does this loaf of bread mean? Those feelings. I think they're showing me that this person is just kind of a bread, a kind of a stable thing. So
yeah,
that's all I'm getting though. Just
that's all you're getting.
Bread. Sorry.
All right, so you got the Assyrian kings, right? I got the knight. So, Alex, I think you are the knight here with your sword, and a knight is a very noble person. I get the rainbow card next. I'm just going to assume that this might be, you'll get your wish at the end of the rainbow, and then I get a baby angel on your shoulder. So I'm seeing you surrounded by a lot of really cool things, here in this group of things. But yes, there might be some difficulty in getting any kind of knowledge that someone has feelings for you, because it's really hard to know that unless you come out and ask them, and then you're worried because if you ask them and they don't have the same feelings for you, then you don't want to lose them as a friend or whatever. So yeah, but trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. All right, we have one more for today, and that would be Sonia Pinola. A message, please and thank you. All right. Thanks to everybody for being here with us today, and also being here as we simulcast it to two other channels from here. We start at 2:30 on Thursday, and Pacific time, which is 5:30 Eastern time. So make sure you get here early if you want to have yourself read, because we only take maybe 10 to 13 questions.
Oh, huh. This is it's unusual that I get a picture that is both looking very real and normal, and one that is a cartoon at the same time. So I'm seeing a landscape that's mostly, blue sky. It looks like an old painter's landscape. I'm trying to think of the name of the paint. Somebody super well known, and it's feeling kind of really good. It's such a pretty picture, the land and the blue sky everywhere, a little bit magical. And then Mickey Mouse in his little, his Fantasia outfit, the magician, is now there in the middle using his wand to move the clouds, to do things. And so I can only assume that they're saying that you have a little bit of magic in you. You can do a little bit of magic and control your world a little bit.
That's cool. Well, I wasn't really getting anything at first, and then they said pick a card out of the feathers deck. So I did, and I got the loon, and the message was pay attention to your dreams. Messages of guidance are drifting in. But then they put the memory of yesterday morning when I was out paddleboarding into my head, and I think this is where the real message is. So I was out paddleboarding, and I looked up in a tree, and here's this bald eagle, and I love it. We're 15 minutes from the center of a metro area, and here's a bald eagle sitting in a tree. And a little bit later, paddle, paddle, paddle down the lake. Oh, that's what that eagle was looking at. Here's a loon family. It's a father and a mother loon and two little babies, little tiny babies that look like they just hatched that morning. They're so tiny, just smaller than ping pong balls. And I thought, oh no, because eagles can go and gobble up those little babies. Anyhow, so went on. I was getting out of the lake, and somebody was just asking how the trip was. And I said, "Oh, I saw the eagle, and I'm afraid he's going to go eat these two little loon babies." And he said, "Well, there's a lot of fish in this lake, and loon chicks aren't their preferred meal. They'd rather an eagle would rather have a fish than have to go for the loon babies." So I think what all of that meant, sorry it's so long, is that they're encouraging you to take proper precautions, just like the loon mom and dad were there and everything. There was some danger in that situation for them, but they were kind of being careful. They were fairly far away from the eagle, but they're saying don't let fear rule your life, because if they went out, they wouldn't get any fish. If they just stayed on their nest or whatever, they wouldn't get any fish either. So even though the world can seem dangerous sometimes, just take the proper precautions and don't let fear rule your life. Get out and live. Sorry, that was a long way around to give you that short message.
Oh, she's...
I clicked it, but it didn't click. I got the anger card, and anger is actually fear turned outward. So they want you to transform that anger, any anger that you have, whenever you're feeling it, to stop and think that this isn't where you want to go. In other words, choose your battle. Choose your battle. Don't get angry at everything. They said that help is always on the way. If you can stop when you're in the midst of it and you can find your strength in that, you will do so much better, because we all have those periods of time wherever we are and whatever we're doing. Sometimes something comes our way that brings us, not a happy day. But remember, help is on the way. Ask your guides and your angels to help, and that will be your strength. So there you go. Fabulous. Thank you, ladies. As always, fabulous.
Thank you for
reading.
having us.
Of course, of course.
And thanks everybody for coming.
Mhm. Yes. Thank you for coming to our 3 channels and being with us. And thanks to our fabulous moderators for jumping channels all the time and helping us all out. So God bless you. We'll see you later. Terry and I are going to be back here on Sunday. So we'll see you then if you're around. And God love you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.